just like a spark that's breaking out.
Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tenek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I want to talk to y'all about League of Legends Wild Rift, specifically the console version. However, if you want to stay up to date with all things Wild Rift, make sure you are liking today's video and subscribing to the channel if you're new. And let's go ahead and get right on into today's topic. So, cut and dry, straight up, I'm going to come here to the point that you guys are asking for with no BS. Wild Rift console has been canceled. The cancellation was actually announced back in June. I'm recently just running into this information this past week because I was once again under Wild Rift's tweets writing, hey, where is the console version? It's been over 4 years now. We still have no information. I get into an argument with some guy, and while seeing that argument, because he's not putting up sufficient evidence that I see, I'm just like, look, man, I get you're saying it's canceled. Just show me something legit. He's not showing me anything legit, so some other dude steps in and does and says, hey, here's the tweet from Papa Smoothie. And I look at the other guy and I'm like, hey, thank you. That's literally how the tweet went. So for those who don't know who Papa Smoothie is, he's the lead director on League of Legends Wild Rift. He put up a tweet back in June, and this is what I had to say. I'll even put it right here on the screen for you guys. There have been a lot of questions about Wild Rift's console release, particularly with the recent updates from Valorant and 2XKO. And that was my whole point. Valorant, it went through this whole thing where it wasn't meant for console and all that stuff, and ended up getting a console version anyway. So Valorant, the game that's not meant for console, has come to console, but the game meant for console, Wild Rift, has not shown up on console. So that always just confused me. So he goes to say, so I wanted to officially let y'all know that we're not pursuing a console launch at this moment. Now, a lot of people are saying, with that specific wording, we're not pursuing a console launch at this moment means it could happen in the future, yada, 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 yada. And, it could. But I'm just going to say, devs, they do this kind of wording all the time, and I wouldn't get your hopes up about it. But on that note, there is a huge gap to be filled for isometric action MOBA on console, because the guys who do the best one for some reason have decided not to do it. Not wise. This was a deliberate decision to prioritize mobile investments over maintaining and trying to balance development between mobile and consoles. Our goal is to bring the right games to the right platforms for players. So while we see games like Valorant or 2XKO show up on consoles because of existing popularity of those genres on the platform, we haven't seen the same for the MOBA genre. And oh my god, when I read that, it makes me angry. Because nobody does MOBAs right on consoles, and this is what bothers me about what this guy is saying. He's clearly not looking into this market the correct way. We had one solid isometric MOBA on console. It was called Genesis. It got shut down very early because of conflict within the dev team. The community manager that runs it is now one of the main community managers for Genshin Impact and those games, Hoyoverse. I know it because I still talk to the guy here and there. But no one has done an isometric MOBA right on console, so therefore, the demand hasn't been there. The only thing we have gotten are two action MOBAs, Smite, and I'm not even going to go into how I feel about Smite. And then, of course, now we have Predecessor. And Predecessor is doing great. And then, of course, we got Smite 2 coming along. We'll see how that goes. But these still are action MOBAs. Nobody has taken the time to do an isometric MOBA. And they work well on console. Has this guy not seen Pokemon Unite? And how much it has succeeded. And that's on one console. Like, oh, man, this guy... This dude, he does not know, and that bothers me. And he goes to say, splitting our dev team's focus between console and mobile wasn't a trade-off we felt was right for the Wild Rift players right now. Now, here's the thing with console and mobile. Alright? I wouldn't necessarily say split them. I feel like the Wild Rift's game could be one big version, for console and mobile. I feel like crossplay and everything could be done with Wild Rift because You play with a controller the same way you play with a mobile device. When you use a mobile device to play a game, especially an action game, you're holding it like a controller. When you play with a controller, you're playing it like a controller. The experience is very similar. Like, again, look at Pokemon Unite. There is crossplay between Nintendo Switch and mobile. Nobody complains. It works just fine. This guy is looking at the wrong examples, looking at the wrong games. He's looking at the history for games that are not very good. And this is no offense to anybody who likes Smite. But Smite, in my opinion, is just not a very good MOBA. And then not to mention, when you look at Paragon, it was shut down. Somebody brought it back as predecessor. The community loves it. There is an audience for MOBAs there. It's just that nobody has done it right. And that's my personal opinion. Anyway, I'll leave a link to his tweet down in the video description, but you guys will see it here on the screen. Let me know what you are thinking down in the comments below. Are you disappointed by Wild Rift's console's cancellation? Let me know what you're thinking. Y'all enjoyed today's video. Smash that like. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.
I see danger in us. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sun.